Hello, everyone. Let me just turn on my camera real quick. Can everyone all hear me? Because I did have some audio issues a little bit earlier. So if everyone can hear me, can someone just type in the chat and just let me know that we're all good? Okay, sweet. Thanks, Adrian. So welcome, everyone. My name is Jamel Harris. I work for Old Street Solutions. I'm the head of partners over here. A little bit about us, we stand by our words when we say we're trying to create easy to use Atlassian apps and create and offer everyone a great user experience. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about collaborating smoothly inside Confluence, just a little bit kind of like binary with Adrian was just presenting. But first, I would like to say thank you to everyone who joined this presentation, and thanks to all the Atlassian community leaders for kind of bringing all this together. I know we were trying to figure out what we were going to do and how we were going to present, and we wanted to make sure that this was kind of starting off the year with a bang. So let's kind of jump into the presentation agenda and what we're going to be talking about. So first, I will be doing external share introduction. I'll be talking a little bit about the highlighted features that you get. And then we'll jump right into a presentation demo. And we can kind of share with you a little bit about our future roadmap, what is already completed and what we're actually still working on. And then we'll just sum it up with a nice Q&A, and then we'll pass it off to the last speaker. So as this is quickly loading. So external share, what is external share? So if you're looking to find a solution that allows you to share secure Jira issues and Confluence pages with external users, all with no additional license, then you pretty much don't have to look any further. This tool starts with the basics, empowering users to create comments, adding attachments, sharing child pages, page labels, and more. Who can benefit using external share? So users who are outside of your instance and even internal teams can benefit. For example, let's say you work for a company with multiple instances, and you have a location in China, or you have another location based in the US, and the China team is the one primarily sending, documentation, contracts, etc. They don't need to worry about adding extra users onto their instance to have access, the team that's in the US to have access to it. So I will be able to elaborate a little bit more and kind of show you as we move along in the presentation. I just don't want to get too caught up on that, but just keep that example in mind that you don't have, you can have multiple instances and still use external share and communicate and collaborate together inside Confluence. Ideal teams and customers using external share, again, that goes back on to keep that in mind of the two instances of having one in China or one in Germany, one in the US or one in Canada. So right now we're going to jump into a little tips and tricks on why using external share is a good thing. So one is use external share the way it's intended. It enables external and internal users by sharing a single link that allows them to collaborate in real time. Control resides internally. So the power is at your fingertips. Admins have access to view all links that are created and shared within the space. They can create permission schemes within the team space as well too. So if they, if you specifically only want to share comments or add attachments, or you just want just the visible of being able to view a document, that's what external share offers. When it comes to data security is maintained at all times, and it's all our top priority. So we provide external share with a unique URL character code along with password protection and expirations. So you can make sure you can feel safe knowing that you're sending the right information out, and knowing that you secured it the best way possible. And then last, backed by an excellent support team. So we believe in consistently delivering quality and continuously improving by listening, collaborating with customers, partners, even Atlassian community leaders. You guys help us a lot to where we can kind of focus on what are the priorities of what everyone is looking for and what everyone needs. So let's kind of jump into some external share highlights. So one, being able to enable and disable links by Confluence Space. So I can walk you through that and I'll show you a little bit more. Require expiration dates on all links. So yes, you can set expirations to a day, a week, a month, a year, totally up to you. Require passwords on all links. So you can generate your own password if you would like, or you can just kind of create a random password, which we kind of suggest the generating the random password. Marketplace macro support. So we do try to find different ways that we can integrate with other third-party apps and with allowing the macros to work. Sometimes it's a little tricky, but sometimes we try to find a way. We're always looking for new ways to work with other app vendors. Sharing all child pages with a single link. So the ability to create multiple different subpages and then just push them off into working with other users outside of your instance or someone internally that works in a different department than you. Modifying pages with custom CSS and HTML. That's a really big one that we kind of focus on because a lot of people that we may work with or customers may want to add their own logo or they want to change the password screen. So when they do give someone access to that link, they know that they're going in the right direction. Priority support. Notifying external users of changes. That's another big feature that I will walk through with you with our external watch feature. And then custom branding on your shared links. Now you can customize, which we just recently released, branding your own emails. And I'll go a little bit deeper into that. So without further ado, let's kind of just jump into let's start sharing. So I'll just kind of start with the child page that I've actually created. Shows us the O Street Solutions team. So when you have external share installed, you have this external share logo. As you can see, we already have a link created here with a link name. There's no password generated. You can see that the expiration will be next week. You can see that the link is active. You have different, there's no option selected. And then you have your edit, send via email, or you can dump it. This show expired links. If you have any other links on this Confluence page, those expired links will show up, but we don't need to discuss that now. So let's say we're just gonna go ahead and edit. You can always customize the link name. If you want to copy the URL and then send it over to someone, you can send it through email, Slack, Microsoft Teams, whatever you guys are using. And then you can kind of customize it with your own description. So we can just say presentation and just leave it at that. You can also turn on and view comments, view page labels, share child pages, etc. If you don't have permissions, they will you will get a notification, be notified of why you can't view a page label or share child pages. If we jump right over to security, you can see that you can set your own expiration date and time, whether it's an hour, day, week, month, like we discussed before. And then also the password protection link. So you can create your own, but we kind of just tell people to kind of just generate a random one. You can copy that password and send it to someone separately if you don't want to send it out on an email, or you can just send it however form of communication that works for you. Also, this is good for auditing purposes, especially as you as the admin. So if you're looking to see what the history was of everything that was sent out through the month, or you need to make sure that there's no security being breached, you can definitely show if a link is active or not, when it was created, who it was created by, and how many times that link was opened. Selected users is a really good feature. So with this selected feature, whoever has access to, whoever's email is actually added to the selected users, they will be the ones to only have access to the link. So let's say if I say, send a link to Adrian, Adrian will only be able to have access to, I see you smiling, buddy. He would be the only one to have access to the link unless I go back in and add someone else to the selected user. So this is good, kind of going back to the story that I was initially introducing you to this, which is I'm currently, let's say you currently are working with someone that has an instance in China, but they also have an instance in the US, but the team is actually sending the documentation to the US. They can add these external users, and they would only be the ones to have access to the link. If someone else tried to access the page, they would automatically get a rejection that they don't have access to the link. So this is a really cool feature that I definitely like showcasing and showing to people. So if we go ahead and click on the page, so one of the other features that I want to kind of show you is the external share watch feature. Once you subscribe to a page, you automatically get the notifications sent to your email. So if you guys are collaborating inside of a page, and you have multiple people working on it, you need to send attachments, you need to show that you received it. Once you subscribe to the watch feature, it will show you the name, when it was created, expirations, and if the link is active or not. If you want to unsubscribe after, let's say your project is finished, or if you guys finish collaborating and you're ready to move on, you can unsubscribe. When someone makes a change, let's say adding a comment to, where were we? If we go back here and I just go ahead and just type a comment and then just save, I'll automatically get it takes a few seconds, but I'll automatically receive an email basically letting me know that I have received a change in the Confluence page from the link. So this is pretty good when you have multiple activities going on. So we can just back out of that. And then now let's kind of jump into the important stuff. So viewing those links. So the audit purpose, audited purposes. So if you're an admin and you want to see what is being created, you can kind of select different spaces and kind of see and multitask a little bit and find out, okay, who's working in the engineering or who's project management space or, demo services. You can also select different pages. So if you already know the name of the page or who it was created by, you can just kind of select the name and use the drop down. when it was last updated, if you already have that information, and if it was active or expired. And then you can just select all. So as you can see, these pretty much all these links are created by me. We have one that's active, one is expired. Some have passwords. You can see how many times I may have opened the link when it was last updated, if the where the link name is, etc. So now we can kind of jump into the space configuration. So the space configuration is you can pretty much customize your own space. So if you want to disable, let's say, your comments, disable labels and your child pages, and you want to just only add attachments. So when you share a link with someone maybe outside of your instance, and you just want them to be able to view the information, this is what external share is good for. You can type in your own description as you would like, and so forth. You can always create a new configuration space where you can just edit your own space as well. Now, jumping into the global settings. Now, this is where it's going to get a little bit more interesting, and I hope I can explain it in the best way. So now the admins can control different groups who have spaces. So if you are working with like a test group or someone on a different instance and they have access to it, the admin will be able to edit what they can do inside that. So it'll be specifically moving forward. If they need to turn on comments, they would need to approach the admin and say, hey, listen, we need to be able to share comments and attachments. Now, customizing your email. Now, we did have some issues back a while back where, customers were saying, hey, well, when I receive a link to the Confluence page, it looks like I'm looking at a spam email URL. And we decided to kind of update that. And now you can actually customize your email. So all you would just need to do is have a host name and your username. If your company has a port number, then you would have to add that, and then you'll be all set. We also now have custom domain. So now you can use your own custom domain. It has to be verified. And then once that is sent out, I believe you can, after saving it to your links, it should be available under this name. So if you manage to find a person with the access, wait, I'm sorry. Let me go back because I was trying to. Okay, yeah. So now you can set your own custom domain feature from your company. And then moving along, this email template. So we just released this amazing, cool feature. And what I would like to know is if you are sending 300 to 500 emails, automated emails a month, just alone, can you put a 3 in the chat room? So I'm looking for a little bit of engagement. I want to see if you are sending out a lot of automated, between 300 to 500. If you're sending out more, please put a 3 in the chat room. Okay, so far I only got 1, 3 out of everyone on this call. No one's sending any more. Okay, well, we'll just move on, moving forward. So pretty much, usually what happens when people are sending out and receiving a handful, all these mass emails, the response rate of receipt of getting a return or getting a reply is only a selected handful. So now what we did was external share lets you personalize it and talk in pretty much in your own language, which is great. We recently had a team with our entire team, and we were kind of talking about what is a great email that you can send to someone. Is it automated? Should you customize it and talk in your own language? And I actually got some feedback from an email that I wanted to send to someone, and one of my team, one of my colleagues said, "Hey, this is good, but it doesn't sound like you. It needs to be more coming from you. It needs to have the presence of you, of how you speak and how you carry yourself and how people already know you." So I was like, that's actually a good, some good feedback. So what you can do now is actually customize your title. You can actually put your content here. So if you're looking to, add those things like the password, the body, anything like that, you can also, you can pretty much customize it and then have everything here. And then you can also create your own template. And then this is what the kind of the coding looks. And we also have some documentation that we just released about it. And I could just post this in the chat room. So if anyone wants to take a look at it, feel free. And then if you have any questions or any feedback about that, I'd be happy to get our developers on a call, and we can kind of run through it on how you can create your own email template if you're having any trouble with that. The custom CSS, and then also the HTML body. You also get the password pages. So this is what the coding looks like. So if you're looking to add your own logo, your company logo to the password screen, or would like to have a CSS of, a color or your logo inside every time you create a page. So that way the customer knows that when they click into your link, they know it's coming from your organization. You can pretty much customize that as well. And then moving along, I think I've pretty much covered everything that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm interested in taking some feedback and answering some questions.